Hello my viewers, welcome once again to my channel Israeli Math Concept. In this video, I'm going to teach you on the topic fraction. If your kids are finding it difficult to understand the term fraction or the concept of fraction, try to make them see this video because I hope it will go a long way helping them to understand basically the meaning of fraction and also types of fraction and how to list examples of the various types of fraction. All right, I'm going to begin with a definition of fraction. But before then, I want to remind you that if you have a marker of this form, this marker, because all the components are the same, they are united together, they are blended together, you can say that this marker is a whole. So whatever that is a whole is not in fraction. So if I want to make this given marker a fraction, I'm going to remove the cover of this given marker such that the cover is different and the marker also is different. Basically, since the cover is alone and the marker itself is alone, automatically I can say that they are in ratio. So automatically, since the marker and the cover is in ratio, they are now in fraction. But if I should return back this cover to the marker, I can now say that this marker is a whole. So whatever that is a whole is not in fraction. Then if you are asked to explain or to give a definition concerning fraction, it is very simple. We say that a fraction is a number of the form a over b. A fraction is a number of the form a over b. Just like when I open this given marker, this cover could be the a and the one under, which is the b, could be this marker. So, but when I put them together, it is no more in fraction. That's why we say that a fraction is a number of the form a all over b, where the a is called the numerator. That means we call this a the numerator, and the b is called the denominator. All right, basically this is the definition of fraction. We say that a fraction is a number of the form a over b, where the a, that is this a, we call it the numerator, and the b is called the denominator. So whenever you have a number of this form a over b, basically we call the a the numerator. So what is the numerator? The numerator is the part of the fraction that is on top. Then the denominator is the part of fraction that is below. So b is called the denominator. All right, this is basically the concept of fraction. I want to go into types of fraction. What are the three basic types of fraction we have? The first one is what we call the proper fraction. The second one is what we call the improper fraction. And the third part of fraction or type of fraction we have is what we call the mixed fraction. All right, I want to begin with the first concept, proper fraction. What is proper fraction? It is very simple. Maybe if your kids are finding it difficult to understand this concept, relate this video to them. I guess this video will help them understand basically the various meaning of what fraction is all about and what the types of fractions, their differences and otherwise. Let's begin with a proper fraction in quotes. What is a proper fraction? A proper fraction is a type of fraction where the numerator is smaller than the denominator. Let's take, for example, a fraction of the form, number 1, we have a fraction 1 over 2. 1 over 2 is a fraction, and this fraction is a proper fraction. Why is it a proper fraction? The reason is because the numerator is smaller than the denominator. Obviously, the numerator is the number on top. Remember, I stated it clearly here. while the denominator is the number below, and the numerator is 1, and it is smaller than the denominator, which is 2. Hence, this is a proper fraction. Number 2, if we have a fraction of this form, 3 over 5, this fraction is also a proper fraction because the numerator is smaller than the denominator. Then another example of proper fraction is something like 10 all over 100. 10 over 100 is still a proper fraction because the numerator, which is the number on top, is smaller than the denominator. Remember, I want to recall to your memory that a proper fraction is a type of fraction where the numerator is smaller than the denominator. I guess you've understood the concept of proper fraction. Try to give me the fourth example of a proper fraction. Give me the value and drop your answer in the comment section. All right, let's go into improper fraction. What is an improper fraction? Improper fraction is the inverse of a proper fraction, or the reverse of the definition of a proper fraction. So an improper fraction is a type of fraction in which the numerator is greater than the denominator. So let's take, for example 1, a fraction of this form, 5 all over 2. This is an improper fraction. Why? Because the numerator is greater than the denominator. Another example of an improper fraction is a fraction like 6 over 4. 6 over 4 is an improper fraction because the numerator is greater than the denominator. And of course, the numerator is 6 and the denominator is 4. Automatically, this fraction is also an improper fraction. The third example, a fraction of the form 7 over 3 is an improper fraction because the numerator is greater than the denominator. But if we have a fraction like this form, maybe 3 over 7. 3 over 7 is not an improper fraction, but rather it is a proper fraction. Having learned the concept of improper fraction, I guess you can find me another example of improper fraction, which is my number 4. Drop your answer in the comment section. Then the last type of fraction which I want to talk about is mixed fraction. So what is mixed fraction? A mixed fraction contains a whole number and a fraction. I want to repeat again. A mixed fraction contains a whole number and also a fraction. And the fraction in quote is either proper or improper fraction. Let's take, for example, a fraction of this form, 2 whole number, 1 over 3. Just the pronunciation of this tells you that there is a whole number in it, and at the same time, there is a fraction in it. Now, I want to repeat that a mixed fraction contains both whole number and either a proper fraction or improper fraction. So looking at this, if we want to read out this given concept, we say 2 whole number, 1 over 3. So this 2 is a whole number. Then the 1 over 3 is a proper fraction. Then let's take another example, which is number 2. If we have a fraction like 4 whole number, 3 over 2. So looking at this is a mixed fraction because it contains both a whole number 4 and also an improper fraction, 3 over 2. So in mixed fraction, there is always a whole number and either a proper fraction or improper fraction. So let's take another example, which is example 3. A fraction like 2 whole number, 1 over 4. This is also a type of fraction called mixed fraction because there is a whole number 2 and there is also a proper fraction, 1 all over 4. I guess you've learned the concept of mixed fraction. Try to give me number 4th example of a mixed fraction and drop your answer in the comment section. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Israeli Math Concept, and also to share this video. Remember to make your child to view this video so as to understand the basic concept of what fraction is all about and basically the types of fraction. I remain your friend Israel. Thank you and see you next time. Goodbye.